Wait, what the hell?
Me in battle.
What freaking fucking food is that, Darth Vader?
Oh my
Tell
God,
me.
Double down.
Freaking fucking.
What?
Such vulgarity does not become you.
Not
Padme.
allowed.
You inquire about
Oh
sustenance.
my God, no,
and
oh
yet
my
speak
God.
like a common thug. As for what sustains
What?
me,
Oh my God,
you
no,
would
no, no,
not
no.
comprehend its composition.
So they have Darth Vader's voice with AI in Fortnite that you can talk to now? What the fuck happened, bro? We got AI in Fortnite? Did James Earl Jones sign off on this? Is James Earl Jones alive? James Earl Jones died not even a year ago. He died less than a year ago. And they're already putting James Earl Jones' AI voice in Fortnite. He approved it? What do you mean he's dead? James Earl Jones signed over rights for AI to recreate Darth Vader's voice. Darth Vader's voice actor, James Earl Jones, who died Monday, made sure in 2022 that the voice would live on via AI. Jones' representative confirmed with Deadline that the legendary actor died Monday morning at his home, and this is his credits. However, he's most legendary for being in The Lion King, Darth Vader, and he signed over the rights to Lucasfilm in 2022 to recreate his voice with AI, thanks to AI innovation by Ukrainian tech startup Respeecher. The last time we recorded Darth Vader's dialogue was in 2019 for episode 9, Rise of the Skywalker. And then they used Respeecher to recreate his voice in 2022 when they made the series Obi-Wan Kenobi. Wow. I mean, look, on one hand, I don't think when he signed off his voice, his expectation was that it would be so people can say fucking in Fortnite. But on the other hand, it's kind of hype that your legendary voice will be paying your relatives or, you know, family generations down while you're not even there. But that's also assuming it's a good deal. I don't know. It's Disney. They could have fucking screwed him over. Could have been like a one-time payout. There's no way it's on royalties. For sure, I think there's a great argument that you would get paid every time it's used, similar to voice acting work. The only people truly hurt would be like an alternative voice actor, but I think for the express purposes of Darth Vader, that's fine. I don't necessarily think it is better if a voice actor is paid for doing Darth Vader than James Earl Jones' family. They paid him a one-time licensing fee. Can you link me that, or are you just like pulling that out of your butt? All right, I'm gonna call Northernlion.
Hello.
Hello, how you doing?
Oh my God, I have you way too loud.
You're my man.
I might have just got excited to say hi.
So you don't have like, you have a microphone that plugs into like an interface or something like that.
Yeah, I used to know how this thing worked, and I did it all. And then I had somebody smarter do it all.
Now you got people for that. I know how it goes.
Now I'm out of touch. Now I'm looking at this gear. I don't know what this is. I don't know what an A10 Mini Extreme is.
Yeah, I gotta say your lows are like, they're very deep.
Like good? Do I sound crisp?
You sound rich. You have like a rich vocal tone.
You know, I feel like voice matters a lot, because when I first did YouTube, I was 16 and I got bullied off the site.
That's crazy.
By my friends. I showed my friends my videos and they said this sucks, and I quit.
Well, to be fair, what were you making back then?
Okay.
Call of Duty?
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
Good
that's
guess.
fine.
Good guess. Well, I'll explain a little. I don't, just to be nice, okay? I created an account called the Zany Sidekick
That's sick.
because my viewers were the heroes. And my first video, I titled it Starting Off Right, and I won a Call of Duty game only turning right.
So you had you can tell the recipe was like already there. There was a little bit of a hook or a gimmick, and you went for it.
This is interesting. You usually reply to my messages.
Yes.
You have, I think in the past few months, only not replied to one.
Let me see.
It was me messaging you when I shaved my head bald, and I said, "What if we did a battle of the balds?" And you didn't answer.
Let me see.
And I thought I was encroaching. I thought you were like, "Get off my fucking territory, buddy. We're not doing a battle of the balds. You're LARPing. I'm living."
Yeah, there is a message that said, It's the worst too, because like I replied to your message at 7:54. Then you said, "What if we did a battle of the balds?" You said that at 8:02, and then we didn't talk for 6 weeks.
Not a lot of time. Not a lot of time between those. 8 minutes is a short amount.
I got caught on that one. I got caught.
Look, I thought I overstepped.
No. You know how it is. Like sometimes people ask you to do something. If you're not immediately motivated, you're like, I'll get to it later. And then you don't get to it in like 2 days. And then you just have to wait until someone breaks the silence.
Well, I have a new strategy to avoid that.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's usually Discord. I right click. If I read the message, leave it unread. And then I build up like a pile of unreads. And then after a few weeks, I click through all of them because I don't want to deal with it.
Wait, can you mark as unread?
Yeah, right click, mark as unread.
Oh my God. Can I tell you perhaps the most foul, unethical life pro tip?
Yeah.
You know how Twitter has read receipts on by default?
Yeah.
I would, much like your Battle of the Balds message, I would just not reply to people if they messaged me to do something that I didn't want to do. But I felt bad over time because they know that I read the message. So what I started doing maybe like 3 years ago, up until the point where I got off Twitter forever, was I just wouldn't even open their message. I would look at the free preview that Twitter gives you in the DMs. And if it looked like something I didn't want to do, I never opened it. So they can't be like, well, he left me unread. No, I left you on unread.
So if the message is like, hey, want to get coffee, ... By the way, my sibling just passed away. It's the hardest time of my life. You would never catch the second part.
Correct, yes.
You know what? That's kind of smart, to be fair. And they're
I think it
DMing
saved
you on
me-
Twitter. They deserve it.
They washed out of email, didn't get a reply, which usually means that I don't want to do it. And then they decided to leverage a personal connection.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll take advantage of that, or I'll let them take advantage of that. But sometimes I leave them on unread.
I think this is sound logic.
That's why I like you, because you know what it's like. It's hard to find relatable people. Everyone just goes, you wouldn't get it. You're a streamer. We know what it's like.
Well, this is a job. And today marks the 7th year of this being my job.
Congratulations. Today specifically.
Today specifically, yeah. I'm celebrating my 7th year with you.
We were doing stuff like 5 years ago.
Yeah, I was young. Now I'm
You still are.
Nah, 7 years of this job, you're old.
Are you officially late, or I should say early Gen Z or elder Gen Z, or are you like the last millennial?
I think it goes off what your sibling is. And I have an older sister. She's millennial. So I think I'm last millennial. Like I think I was the oldest of 3 and they're all Gen Z. I'm probably Gen Z.
Okay.
So,
I have a theory that the reason I'm crashing out on young Gen Z and the oldest Gen Alphas is because I'm realizing that I thought millennials were at the forefront of a new culture, but actually I think we're like the last gasp of like mid 20th century, like baby boomer echo culture. And then Gen Z actually marks like the delineation point where a new culture is being born. Think about it this way. I went to college 06 to 2010. Was my college more experienced to someone who went to school in the 80s or someone who went to school in the 2020s? I say definitely the 80s. What do me and my peers consider like the unassailable classics of music? It's largely like classic rock, new wave, early hip hop, stuff like that. What does Gen Z consider to be the unassailable classics of music? More modern hip hop, hyper pop, EDM, stuff like that. I feel like we're the last gasp of that mid 20th century culture. And the reason that I resent the younger kids is they're bringing their own stuff. They're rejecting the culture which I've been educated on and making their own that works for them.
So you don't think the millennials rejected the older generations? They actually assimilated to it.
I believe so, yeah. I mean, everyth's on a gradient. There's people my age who don't like the Beatles, but
yeah, of course.
I think for the most part, they're canonized for people my age.
No, Slime exists, and he's pretending maybe he's a bit counter here, but he's still listening to Queens of the Stone Age.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right about this. So this is the logic you've come to crashing out, because I've heard, by the way, I've had people in my chat being like, you know, because I think I got, relative to you, a younger audience, and they're like, yeah, you know, Northernlion's crashing out on us kids again.
It has been happening, yeah. But that's mostly because sometimes you'd like try to talk about. I'm on my anti-woke arc. I'm on my Joe Rogan arc.
You're on the Joe. You just got there in 2025.
Yesterday, I just got there yesterday.
Okay, all right.
I try to like be like, hey, have you guys ever heard this song by David Bowie? And then someone's got to type in chat. David Bowie did some messed up stuff in like 1961, and I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like his songs, man.
So you're
I know.
Artists here.
Yeah, dude, I know. Like Kevin Spacey and Brad Pitt are both like not good people, but Seven's still a good movie.
Yes,
Can
and
we
when
talk about
stream
the
ends, I'm
movie?
listening to Kanye West's new song. Yes.
Not the new song. Not the new songs.
You have those, Chad? I guess you do.
Yeah.
But they also just haven't listened to David Bowie. They might only know about what David Bowie did that was wrong, but they never listened
That might
to
be
Rebel
true.
Rebel.
That might be true. They only listen to Jordy Greep.
That's above my pay grade.
I don't know anything about Jordy Greep
Except for the name.
except for the name.
Because I've been at Disney all week, I haven't had as much time to grind, and I've seen every single person on my team, maybe the exception of Agent, is now platinum. I'm the only one who's not plat. Literally everybody is plat. But I have played a little bit, and I think I'm on par with everyone. I think Tyler's the highest rank. I think I'm better than Tyler, but I'm not sure. He's in a Discord call right now. I don't know if he's not live, so I don't know what this is. I'm gonna go in. Hello?
What the fuck? Hello?
Yo.
Where the fuck am I at? Wait, where? How are you talking to me right now?
It's Discord. It's like a Discord call. It's like a app.
What? Hold on. Wait, I'm in a game. Wait, 1 second. Why the fuck are you in my ear right now?
You entered a Discord call. I assumed you wanted to hang out. You're lonely or something.
No, hold on. Wait. Okay, hold on. Wait. Chill.
Focus. Get him. Lock in. Focus.
Okay, god damn it. I lost. Okay, be quiet, please, for 60 seconds.
You can do it. T1 does it different.
God damn it. I fucking threw. Dude, why? Where the fuck am I in a Discord?
You're in the AT&T Discord because you want to hang out and play.
Oh my god, bro.
How you been, bro? Been too long, man.
Not now. Okay, I'll be live in a little bit. Okay.
What do you mean not now? Where are you going? He just left. I pushed my luck. I pushed my luck when I said Tyler does it different. I pushed my luck. Fuck, man.